Today I want to show you a little bit more about terminals. We have, of course, the reputation of being very good at handling terminals. Terminals typically are defined with here the device tag being the terminal strip, the designation being somewhat a number or a description of the wire designation, whichever, and the level here that is related to the part number. Every part number has some commercial information and has some functional information behind the scene, as well as some dimensioning information. So you have here the function information, you have the dimensional information, and most likely a 3D graphic that comes with it. Phoenix Contact has done a very good job at this site. So here I want to talk a little bit more about a different type of terminal. This type of terminal here. It's actually a double level terminal with some connectors we can plug here, on both sides. So it is really a two-level terminal. I can use each connection the way I want, and I'm plugging in on this side. So how would I start using them in EPLAN? I would always recommend to first go and check out what Phoenix Contact has done at the data portal level. So here the part number 3040892, 3040892. Just do a quick search. The search will be here, and we can then just import the part directly. That's one way of doing it. Or you can just simply insert, and as you insert, it's going to stick to your mouse and you can start placing it. Here's how it looks like. It's a terminal connection on one side. So let me just place it out in the open for the moment here. I'm going to place the first one. I'm going to place the second one. And I'm going to check them out. So when I say checking them out, I check them out here with the terminal strip editor. And we can see it's a two-level terminal like this. What I will do is I will go actually a little bit further, and I will use the terminal strip navigator now, and I will prefabricate a terminal strip with that part number. Okay, so here's how we go. We go inside our panel, we create a new, let's say, new terminal using a device. So I'm going to call it here TB22, just to recognize it very easily. And the numbering pattern, I want it from 1 to 20. 1 minus 20, and the part number that we will pick is exactly the same part number we just had, 3040892. So 3040892, same quick search that I do here. I find the part number, I pick it, and there it automatically creates a certain number of functions, right? I could number by means of levels or not. That's really up to you. And I just go about and create it. So I can see here my terminals, 11, 1, 12, 2, 13, 3, etc. Cool. So now I want to use them. Now remember how this is built. This is actually, the idea of this is to do some quick connects here on level 1 and on level 2. So most likely, I'm going to put the level 1s and 2s somewhat together to actually have some nice quick connections. This means I'm interested in primarily picking, let's say here in this emergency stop, only the level 2s, right? None of the level 1s. So I just go about here and I just pick the ones I want, like this, and I drag and drop. So as I drag and drop, it sticks to my mouse and I can just decide to place it. So I'm going to place the first one here, second one there, rotate it. Here, this is one, this is one. So I have my first push button done. I'm going to do the second push button. The second push button here, like this, rotate it. So anyone that doesn't know really what that rotation is all about, this rotation shows EPLAN where the inside of the panel is. So the inside of the panel is, of course, not with the these push buttons. There we go. And this primarily did book my push buttons out there. So if these push buttons are out in a different area, like out on the machine or somewhere else, I would most likely put a structure box around it. And I would say this is not on my enclosure, but it's basically in my feed station out there. Then I have another one here. Same thing, put a box around it. and assign a different mounting location to this one. So this one would be maybe in on a separate enclosure, let's say A2, okay, and you're gathering them together. So this is now how I would do it. I would book the terminals, and I still have these terminals available. So if I want to use them somewhere else, like level 1 or whatever, I could always still use them. Now, this being said, let's take a look at the different reports that we generate, because typically when you're in this EPLAN, you expect reports to be generated. So I can have here a terminal strip assembly that generates the terminal strips itself. We have everything that is generated in one single click here, generate project reports. And I should be good to see these terminals as I see them here with all the connections on the level 2 that are being connected. So what I'm after here right now is updating all the possible reports and everything that I did. And last but not least, I will actually place these terminals in the panel layout to make sure that we can see the terminals correctly. I haven't assigned any end brackets or whatever. You can always use Clip Project to do so. This will make it complete. Okay, so at this point in time, I just wanted to quickly show you how the connections will be, or how it's actually going to be built. So we have here the different terminal strips. My terminal strip I just created was the TB22. That's this one here. That's the terminal diagram, and I have here the lineup diagram. So you can see all the different part numbers, and nothing else was yet created. So what I'm going to do is I will actually show you how with EPLAN you can open, and I'm going to get rid of this clip project thing here. This I'm just going to delete. I'm going to start from scratch. Okay, here I will run the clip project planning export automatically, and I will of course pick the terminal strips I'm interested in. TB1, TB2, TB22, this one. On this one, the same thing. And on this one, the same thing. And I can just run them. And you will see what Clip Project will do with this TB22 is quite interesting, because it will look after my individual terminals as I place them, and even the numbering as I have them here. And additionally, what it will give me is it will give me the end brackets and everything that actually is related to it. So I don't really have to worry about which one fits where, what kind of isolating plate do I need, or whatever. It's all handled directly through the Phoenix Contact Clip Project Planning. So I always invite the people to do this one last step, because you get this clip project that does all the work for you, so you don't have to really work on it. So here it's finished, so I can just close it, and it created this clip project here. And inside this clip project, we'll take a look, of course, and you will see under your enclosure you have this TB22, and we just added these end clips and everything. So if I go back here and I just update this report, you will see we will have the end clip, the clip fix, we will have the jumpers and everything in here, which means now the TB22 is complete, and I can go on my enclosure here, open the enclosure itself. So open here the open. This is the 3D mounting layout. I'll open this. I'll see if I have a little bit of space left in my mounting panel here at the back, front view. Let's see. Ooh, it's quite squeezed in here. So maybe we will have to rethink a little bit and move our things a little bit around. But of course, this terminal strip here, we can move these just slightly over to here. Move these ones over also, have them pretty much like sticking to those ones, and see if the TB22 that is of course in here, if it's available and I can place it. And you can see, because they are multi-level terminals, they don't take up much space, right? So I can just go in here, put them really close, and yes, they do fit and there we go. So it's perfect. These ones would fit. If I would have regular terminals, they would not fit. So really cool. So now what happened is, for some strange reason, I'm going to just check it out. This part number, I was expecting a 3D representation. I'm not too sure if that one has a 3D representation. It doesn't. So I may have to go to the Phoenix contact representation. But at least you can see that the dimensions are perfect. Now, if you want to get the perfect view of what this is, you're going to always switch over. And in terms of the reports, we will now have the terminal lineup diagram, of course, that has all the details. Like I said, if we go to the A1TB22, you will see the clip fixes and everything. That's to assemble it, and everything will be complete. There we go. This was how to handle terminals when you have to be careful with the sorting. And at the end of the day, of course, if I go back in the editing here, in the editing mode, you can see that they are all nicely organized. In this view here, we often omit the level, which is quite important. So you can add here the level, and this will show you a bit more about how this is organized inside EPLAN. I'd actually move the level right next to the terminal designation. So you can see the terminal designation and the level, right? Because they actually use a level 2, level 1, level 2, level 1, and they are actually combined together. So using this small icon here. But all this is actually saved if you pre-create or you create in advance using the terminal creation, and you just book them down. It's a lot faster, it's a lot more efficient, and I hope this was an interesting topic that you will benefit from. So this was EPLAN